good people? You are now listening to another episode of At the Plate with Danny Foxworth. I am your humble narrator, Danny Foxworth, and it feels so good to be back in the booth for 2005. Man, MLB season is right around the corner. Spring training starts next month. So I'm going to talk about some of the more notable free agency signings in the second half of the show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead off just dedicating this segment to my all-time favorite baseball player who passed away on December 20th, 2024, the greatest leadoff hitter of all time, the one and only Rickey Henderson, 10-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champ, AL MVP in 1990, 3-time Silver Slugger, first all-time in stolen bases with 1,406. Lou Rock's got like 938, and I mean, nobody's going to catch that record. That's one of the more uncatchable records in the history of sports. Leadoff home run all-time leader and all-time leadoff home run champion with 297 career home runs, second all-time runs scored. And man, first ballot Hall of Famer, received 94.8% of the votes and talked in third person. I mean, you gotta love it. The man talked a good game, but he backed up that game with so much flair, and he was just so undeniably Oakland. I mean, hitting the ball, pimping the home runs, popping his collar, running around the bases, you know, the quick snags, and then the quick smack on the hip, running back to the dugout. The man was just he was an absolute joy to watch, and he had some of the best. I mean, his stories are of legend. I mean, receiving the $1 million signing bonus from Oakland, and instead of cashing a check, he framed it and hung it on his wall just to remind himself that he was a millionaire. Then the A's office is freaking out because they're looking at their books like, where's this $1 million? And he told them, like, I framed it. And so they gave him a replica check. They were like, go cash that check. We'll just give you a duplicate that you can hang on your wall. But my favorite Rickey Henderson story is one you probably heard from Harold Reynolds, who ended up winning the stolen base title one year because Henderson was hurt. So it got down to the final game of the regular season, and him and Willie Wilson were neck and neck for the league lead in stolen bases with 59. And I believe Willie Wilson ended up going 0 for 5 that day. Harold Reynolds got a stolen base to get 60 to win the stolen base title that year. And he got back in the locker room, and I believe it was the next day, and he said Rickey Henderson called him. Like, he picks up the phone like, hey, Henderson here. He's like, hey, what's up, Rick? You know, thinking that Ricky's going to congratulate him. And he said Rickey was like, 60 stolen bases. Man, you ought to be ashamed. Rickey had 60 at the All-Star break. Click. Oh my God, Rickey Henderson is the best. I tell you, and in the baseball world it's just not the same without Rickey in it. But man, kudos to Rickey. 21 gun salute. Number 24, greatest leadoff hitter of all time. You know, it really is wild that in a span of 6 months, we lost him, we lost Willie Mays, and we lost Pete Rose. We lost Willie Mays on June 18th, and we lost Pete Rose on September 30th due to cancer. But man, we lost a lot of legends in 2024, a lot of legends. But Rickey Henderson, you were a real one, and you will always be missed, and you will always be remembered. Now, getting to some of the MLB free agency acquisitions that have transpired recently. So let's start off with the Atlanta Braves. Former pitchers Max Fried and Charlie Morton found themselves new homes. Max Fried signed an 8-year, $218 million deal with the Yankees. Man, you talk about a come up. The man, he was one of my biggest surprises of 2024. The man pitched lights out. Got to give him his due. And he cashed in on his stellar performance last year. And yeah, he's living comfortably chilling with the Bronx Bombers now. And Charlie Morton signed a 1-year, $15 million deal with the Orioles. Guessing that's in the absence of them losing Corbin Burns, who signed a 6-year, $211 million deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks. I thought he was going to stay in Baltimore, but I guess he had other plans. Then Jock Peterson signed a 2-year, $37 million deal with my squad, the Texas Rangers. He's going to be their DH. And I love during his press conference, he was already popping shit to the Astros. I'm like, this man is welcome. My guy. Then Dodgers infielder Gavin Lux signs a 3-year, $66 million deal with the Cincinnati Reds. And keeping the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez also signs a 3-year, $66 million deal, but he's staying with the Dodgers. And Justin Verlander, keeping it in the NL West. 40-year-old Justin Verlander signs a 1-year, $15 million deal with the Giants. And Walker Buehler leaves the Dodgers, and he also signs a 1-year, $21 million deal going out to Boston in the AL East with the Red Sox. And last but not least, my dude, Andrew McCutchen, Big Cutch, signs a 1-year, $5 million deal with the Pirates, and looks like he's gonna end his career with the Bucks. So that's all I got for this episode of At the Plate with Danny Foxworth. We're going to be back in full swing in the month of February. So make sure you like, download, subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find me at Danny Foxworth 843. You can find if you have any questions or comments, you can go to my email address, which is foxworthpodcast@gmail.com. And man, I tell you, it's good to be back in the fold. So we're going to buckle up again in February. Spring training is right around the corner, and I cannot wait to get this ball rolling. No pun intended. So this has been another episode of At the Plate with Danny Foxworth. And until next time, y'all be good. 3 strikes.